What's happening, people? It's Godspeed here, back for a tutorial video. In this video I'll be showing you how to build a medieval style house with a water mill. This is the third medieval build in my new medieval playlist. There'll be more medieval builds to come. Also working on a modern house playlist and a castle playlist. I'm here today on Vallegro, overlooking the green obelisk of this waterfall. I'm at the coordinates 6286. As you can see, I have my raft here. This raft is going to be used to build the watermill part of this build. So start by placing down a foundation. This could also be thatch. Then 2 high wooden pillars. Then snap down 2 more foundations. Then a ladder. Whilst climbing this ladder, select your wooden fence foundation and place it on the side of the pillar. Take your wooden pillar and snap it to the side of the pillar. Now, depending on how high or low your ground is, you may need to snap a pillar underneath, and you may also need to snap a pillar underneath that one. Maneuver yourself around the raft. We're looking for that sideways glitched snap point. This can sometimes take a bit of time, but once you have it, we're done with that raft, so we can move that aside or destroy it. I actually snapped down 2 pillars here, so I'm going to pick up the one that's the straightest. Sorry, leave the one that's the straightest and pick up the other one. Next, take your wooden foundation, place it down on the side, and now we're done with this pillar. Take triangle foundation and place it either side of the wooden foundation. Then go ahead and switch this to block. Now take your square and triangle wooden ceilings and make the pattern square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle all the way around to create our wheel of our watermill. Next, take your single wooden door frame and place it all the way around the wheel 2 high. You can also build sideways off a skiff. If you want to know how to do that, I will link it in the description below. It's worth noting that that can't be done on official settings. Copy the pattern that you just created, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, to make the second part of this wheel for the watermill. Next, take your wooden catwalks. We're going to place 3 either side in this pattern. Now that's the watermill part created, so now we're going to create the house. Take your stone foundation. If you're too close to the watermill, it will snap on its side like this. So as close as you can get and as straight as you can get, lay a stone foundation down in a 4x4 setup. Also place 2 more foundations at the front. Take your stone walls and place them around the perimeter, leaving a gap at the front for your doorway. If you're new to this channel, guys, please consider subscribing. I aim to bring about 10 videos per month, plenty of content, and also, if you haven't already, please smash that like button. Place 4 wooden fence foundations in each corner of this build. And then go ahead and select your stone pillar and place them 2 high on each corner. At the moment, guys, I'm working on my 4th medieval build, and I'm also working on a curved modern house. We see a lot of those modern houses on YouTube, but mine's going to be a bit different with some cool modern looking curves, so be sure to check those out. Take your single stone door frame and your reinforced door and place them at the front of the build. This will be the entrance to the ground floor part of this structure. Next, take your stone wall and flip them. The reason I flip these is because I think the wooden side looks more medieval, like it's been supported, like a wooden brace, a lumbar support, and place these all the way around the second layer of this build. If you missed my first medieval build, I'll link it in the description below. It's the large medieval house. Place 2 walls at the front here and also 1 here. Take your appropriate sloped stone wall and place 2 at the front. This will be our staircase to our 2nd floor. So that being said, we need some stone staircases. So select your stone staircase. And place 2 coming down and 1 facing the bottom floor doorway. Next, take your wooden ceilings and lay out 5 on the right hand side of the structure. Let's go ahead and fill in our first floor. Lay your wooden ceilings across the entire first floor. Now it's important when laying out ceilings to match the wood grain. So use your LB, RB or Q or whatever you're playing with to switch those snap points to make sure the wood grain is matching all the way around. Let's make our 2nd floor entranceway. Take a single Adobe door frame and flip them. The flip side on this Adobe really gives those medieval look and makes it pop, especially when painted. Take your Adobe walls, flip them, and place them all the way around like shown. All my builds, guys, are done on the Woodlands Arc, which is the longest running PvE Windows 10 Xbox crossover unofficial cluster. And we also have a PvP cluster and a Steam cluster. If you're looking for a new home, I'll link those in the description below. Take your Adobe window frame, place 1 in the middle of the front, 1 at the right, and 2 at the back, flip side facing. Then continue this by adding another row of flipped Adobe walls all the way around. Select your left and right wooden slope walls Place them down like this, a left and 2 walls, and also a right and 2 walls. And you'll have something that looks like this. Then add another one on top, and the opposite facing one next to it. I've also added these flip side facing because I think the wood just looks much better, especially when painted. Next, take your single wooden ceiling, your sloped wooden roofs, and add them from front to back. And also from left to right. Take your wooden ceiling and place one above the door here, and add the appropriate left and right sloped wall. You may have to add an extra ceiling to get the correct snap point, but we can go ahead and use thatch if you want to, because we're going to remove those in a second anyway. Continue adding the sloped roofs. You may have to go inside to do this, as some of the snap points can get a bit mashed together. Now go ahead and pick up this ceiling, and this ceiling, and also this ceiling. And place a single ceiling underneath. I got this the wrong way around. Let me try that again. There we go. Now we're going to need to create a gable end at the back and the right. So do this by placing 2 flipped wooden walls and 2 sloped left and right wooden walls. Snap points can get a bit tricky when you're near sideways structures. Take your fence support and as straight as you possibly can, place it down just here, and again just here. These are not supporting anything, these are purely cosmetic. I just think the wood on these looks really cool. Almost looks like Prim Plus wood. Gives it that medieval flair. Take your sloped ceilings and place 5 under these 5 wooden ceilings. Let's go ahead and add 2 wooden pillars to each 4 corner stone pillars. My next medieval build is a small medieval house with stables, and the one after that I'm currently working on right now, so no spoilers. I'm going to place 2 wooden pillars here and 1 here just to give it some dynamic to the front here. And rails to the stairs. I'm going to add 1 wooden rail here and 6 along this back edge, actually 7. Starting to take shape now. As you can see, I removed that window frame and I traded it for an Adobe wall. I'm going to go ahead and place a chimney inside. I think about here would be nice. Maybe I'll add another one. See, my tutorials are not as clear cut as some because, as I've said numerous times when watching my videos, when you're here watching my tutorial, you guys are here with me, we're building this together, we're figuring it out as we go along. I know a lot of you prefer that style, so do I. I could make it clean cut with overlays, but I like it this way. I hope you do too. Place 2 wooden ceilings at the front of this gable end here. And an Adobe window frame, and flip it, and flip another one. Take your Adobe wall, flip it either side. Then add 2 sloped roofs on top, and the appropriate sloped left and right wooden wall. I'm going to add a few more foundations to the front to add some plants here. In fact, I'll just add 3. I'm going to put down 3 large crop plots, which I'm going to put citronelle in here because citronelle really look the best when grown right. It's a shame we can't grow flowers on the standard version of Arc. So let's get some colour down. This is where the build really pops. I'll leave the colour regions in the description below, but this is how we colour it. On window frames, we colour the whole thing white, all 6 regions white. I'm going to remove that chimney because it's in the way there. And on standard Adobe walls, we colour it all white with the exception of regions 2 and 3, which is coloured black. Like I said, I'll leave these regions and colour codes in the description below. So the standard walls will be 1, 4, 5, 6 white, and regions 2 and 3 black. Continue this on all flipped Adobe walls. I just think that white and black really pops. Now for the ceiling, for the roofs, and for all the wood, orange looks good on medieval builds. So does brick, but I think I'm going to do mine forest green. But before that, I'm going to add some greenhouse windows to all open window frames. Let's go ahead and fill this door in with a reinforced door. So I'm going to spray all the roof wood. I'm not going to spray any ground wood or anything like that. Add 2 sloped roofs under that front gable end there. And let's add another fence support just meshed into this. Actually no, let's add a catwalk. And then as straight as you possibly can, lined up with the previous fence support, place another 2 down. And go ahead and select your wooden signs. And place one either side. I think these signs give it a real medieval feel, right? You could picture something written on there like barbers, blacksmiths, butcher's tavern, something like that, you know. So I'm going to do my roof wood forest green, as I said. I'm not going to spray the mill. I'm not going to spray the stone, just the roof wood. All regions green, forest green. So all the underwood, all the gable ends, and all the roofing. So there you go guys, I skipped ahead and painted it. As you can see, my chimney's smoking away, my plants have grown. I've added a little wooden elevator here with a switch. I think it gives it that sort of like, I don't know really, like this ammo crate here, I've added one here too. It gives us that sort of like press effect. You know, like you're making bullets or something. Downstairs is quite basic, industrial sort of style. Upstairs is more of a rustic feel to it. We've got the standard rustic sort of decor here. Nothing too fancy. Nice and cozy. But that's it for today guys. I hope you enjoyed that and I'll see you on the next medieval build. Laters.